Alright, welcome back everybody. Turn 43 of Roots Bloody Roots. And we've got Throne Claim, Throne of Bureaucracy, in the name of who? Who is that? Let me go ahead and see statistics, Pretenders of the World. Actually, Thrones of Accession probably. Throne of Bureaucracy, okay, so that's Tenchi. Found some magic sites, so getting some fire income and water. Happy to see that. Air Spirit, battle in Dwargar. None of the battles were very exciting. So here, my eagle beat up on some PD. Here, Ariu attacked me in Abyssian lands. So that's annoying. I don't know. I'm going to have to send a message to Ariu at least. Especially with the way the tide of battle is looking. That's not cool. And I get that, like, this land is contested and they're just kind of doing this raiding thing, but Ariu has shown themselves to not be exactly operating in good faith. Messages. So this was Abyssia pushing Ariu out. There's just a PD there. And then here, this is a battle between Asphodel and Abyssia. You notice that there's not very much on the Abyssian side. So, I don't know where Abyssia's army over here went. Like, they had a decent number of sacreds and they just kind of left. So, I'm going to keep scouting around here and trying to figure out what happened there. But that's curious. Events, it's mostly mana from the heavens, so you see mana, which I'm very happy to see that. 4 mana pulls on a single turn is very good. Someone got wounded, and then some children. Patrolling over here, not too worried about that. I'm assuming that Ariu is where the next fight is going to be. I'm going to need all these patrollers anyways, because Ariu likes to bust out the stealthy dudes. So let's see where things go from there. This is a turn that we're moving in obviously threatening direction. I thought about moving those guys to Meridius rather than to here, but ultimately decided on consolidating this one because that lets me bring in a couple of troops from Cloudcap Spires. Siege, we've got a decent amount of siege, 378. It's not special, but it should be enough to crack this fort quickly and avoid too much assassination. Let's look at our army. So I'm doing something a little bit different here. Oh, I need to make sure to tell that guy to actually move along. Yeah, you come. Oh no, you come. You can wait. So I've got some of these guys, like these serpents and these deer, that are purely along a siege chaff, and the same is true for some birds somewhere. Yeah, these birds. So the plan is going to be, I've got a couple of commanders that I don't want to actually participate in battle. They're just there to bring the siege chaff along. Probably should have done this earlier, before getting all of these serpents killed. But then, with regards to my actual sacreds, I've got a line of guys up front, just a single file line, and then some guys in the back to soak up any imps that fly to the back. So kind of discouraging that same tactic from working again. The troops, spellcasters, so we've got a communion of like 20 guys, a bunch of communion slaves, spamming out bone melters, spamming out meteors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys will be spamming out flame meteor. Oh yeah, and then Tom's going to do it a couple times too, although he's going to make the slaves lucky. I don't know if Abyssia has like Earthquake online. I don't think that they have enough Earth magic to pull that off, but if I do, then luck would be a nice thing to have. My guys can survive one Earthquake, but not two. So that would be a nasty surprise for Abyssia to drop. It's just that I don't know how they would drop it. Airyu, on the other hand, would definitely be able to Earthquake me. So when we switch from fighting Abyssia to fighting Airyu, assuming this plays out the way I expect it to, then basically all these community guys will first script luck, and then we'll go through a normal script. The purpose of luck being just to counteract Earthquake spam. So that'll be the plan. Moving in, getting ready to roll on Abyssia. Not much raiding to do just because of geography, so I figured with nothing better to do, the Tammies will just join in the fight. They should be pretty effective. I'm grouping them up kind of adjacent to these provinces, and we'll go from there. Each one of them counts for 3 siege strength, if nothing else, and they are better at fighting than your average Sacred. The Iron Skin alone should make them really tough in the face of these Abyssinians. So that's this turn. Turn 43. Fireworks going to begin turn 45, I guess. It'll probably be anticlimactic one way or the other, just because Abyssia's intention is being split by Airyu. But we'll see where things go. Out in the world, Jotunheim continues to be cut off. I might just reach out to Jotunheim and ask if I can buy this province. I don't know what Ryugo Joe is doing. They've probably got something better to do. And if I could buy this province, like, it's not doing Jotunheim any good because it's not connected to one of their forts anymore. Jotunheim would appreciate the money, or the blood slaves or whatever I sent them. So that's something I'm going to do. No fireworks out east. Nabah has some type of raiders somewhere around here, but I'll be damned if I know where. And then a giant scouting void out here. But my new palisade is just going to be cranking out scouts. I don't need to invest precious money that I don't have into getting this fort upgraded right now. My sacred production is low. Research, finishing up Conjuration 6. So let's look at what that gives me. The biggest thing that I'm excited about is this national spell, Yayaponso Dance. These guys have fire and air cross path, so my god can summon one, and then we can kind of spiral out from there. The fire magic is very useful if I try to turn them into super combatants, because they can cast Phoenix Pyre and be a lot harder to kill. And air is just something that I don't have a lot of high air right now. I have to basically put all of my boosters on a single guy to be able to do air stuff. So that, very excited to get these guys going. Bishop Fish is useful. I don't have a underwater fort. Well, that's not true. I do have an underwater lab, but Pelagia keeps going, I need to come to your lab, so we'll see what happens there. With Bishop Fish, it's a very reliable way to get Holy Threes. Don't really care about the Troll King's Court right now. I'm not going to have anywhere near enough Earth for that. This guy is pretty strong. I've only cast him in the mountains, but he is a flying thug siege guy in his own right. This summons a bunch of these warriors, which, they're frontline troops which have divine shield effects, so that's pretty cool, but they have no protection other than a bit of invulnerability, so, yeah. I'm not going to bother with the Corn Maidens. they increase growth, but I don't really care about that. The deer is a good leader, but I've already got access to sleepers, which are just as good leaders. They're not sacred, but that's not a big loss. So, less concerned about some of these things, other than the Yayaponsa and fire snakes are powerful. Then, once I get up to level 7, there's lots of good stuff. So, the living spells, some of the crap ton of elementals, they're not as good as the originals, but you get a lot of them. Primordial Eagle, so this guy is like the other eagles, but better. And Booyah Dance. These guys are awesome. And the wolf automatically casts Howl in addition to being sacred, so he's good too. That said, I'm thinking that I'll go to Alteration 6 and then back to Conjuration. What do we get at Alteration 6? Well, I get this national spell that lets me basically get a bunch of cross paths on one of those. I don't remember the name of them, but that's a good spell. Elemental Form is kind of interesting. It would go well on the Kastana Warriors if I decide to cast them. It basically takes a bunch of dudes and gives them all these buffs, but breaks their armor. My dudes don't wear a lot of armor to begin with, so this is a nice thing to have in my back pocket. If I can get someone who gets... I need to basically get a priest that gets Earth, Nature, Crosspath to do it. Petrify. Petrify is powerful, again, if I get that much Earth. What else we got? Melting Flesh. So, this is kind of interesting. It cripples a crap ton, well, not a crap ton of dudes, but a good number of dudes. And this has two effects. One, even if you're not able to beat the crippled dudes this fight, they'll be that much more beatable in the future. And then the minus strength, minus combat speed makes... Oh yeah, like, it reduces their stats so they're less powerful in attacking you. Battle Fortune. So this is a very good spell if I'm expecting Earthquake, because I can just lucky the whole battlefield at once. Soul Vortex, that'll come into play later. And these last guys. Transformation is well known. Become Giant. So I am starting to make a few Naiads. I can turn these Naiads into Giants, and they'll be really tough. So right now I don't have this much research because I have lots of dudes moving around, but my resting research rate is actually about 700 or so, which isn't great, but it's definitely enough to get through these level 6 spells that I'm hoping to get. So that's the plan for right now. Still holding out for a plus money event because I'm earning a decent amount of income and it's all going to mages, which means that my sacred production is suffering. So that's what you're supposed to be doing, but I do want more sacreds because they're good dudes. We'll see where things go. Fireworks in a couple turns. This is turn 43, so I'll see you on turn 44.